Slaven, hello.
Hello.
How would you describe what tomorrow night's game means to West Ham? The final FA Cup tie at the Boleyn Ground, based at Wembley for the winners.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all. It's a final FA Cup tie at Boleyn Ground. It's Manchester United, and it's not the fourth round. It's a quarterfinals. So it's I mean, it can't be bigger. So we are of course fully motivated, and we want to go through. We played them a couple of times. We drew 2 times away. We didn't play them home. Now it's the first time that we're going to play them home, and we have one game that hopefully is going to be as important as this one is, as the last game of like last game ever to be played in a league. So it's a massive game, of course. It is massive for them. It is massive for us. We are in a good form. They lost their last game 3-0, but they are Manchester United, and they have great players and selection and everything, and they showed throughout this season that they were not, for their standards, of course, they were not like very consistent, but they're still above us at the table, so they are very capable of beating any team on their day.
Will you look at this game in isolation, or do you have to take regard of the fact that you're away to the league leaders Leicester Saturday lunchtime, and will that in any way influence your team selection?
No, I mean, I said before this week that we have a big week coming, and hopefully it will drag on for the next week. So we had Arsenal, and we didn't think about Manchester United game when we played Arsenal. So we ain't gonna think about Leicester game when we make a team selection for tomorrow night game. So it's isolated game. To be fair, every game we are looking at one game. Of course, we know that we have to play that and that, but that is affecting more. That is not affecting our team selection. It is affecting the way we are training, the way we are resting, and all that. The number of trainings, or the intensity, and day offs and all that. But when it comes to the game, every one of them, because we are in that position, and we like to be in that kind of a position that we can't have priorities. So we're gonna put in every game we can, especially in these 3 ones that we had the best team we can.
Did you feel at the start of the season, when you kicked off way back on July the 2nd, that come this time you'd be in the situation where you could still qualify for the Champions League, qualify for the Europa League through your league position, qualify for the Europa League by winning the FA Cup?
Oh yeah, that was our plan, not to think that way we will be there, but the plan was always, I mean, that is the reason why we are in a job, why you are playing or managing or whatever. You are trying to finish as high as possible. You are trying to win as many games as you can, and we done all right. Maybe we didn't know we're gonna be in this kind of a situation, but all that we were doing in the pre-season and during the season was to be in a good position, as better as possible, and we are in a good now. So we plan to do that. I mean, but the competition is very strong in the Premier League, like in our league, especially here. So you never know what's behind the corner, and all that. But we cope with that well, and now it's there. It's there. It is the hardest part now in the cup and in the league, but we're going to give everything to take it all.
After his hat-trick, will you start with Andy Carroll tomorrow, and do you feel he should be in the England squad that goes to the Euros?
I don't know about the England squad. I mean, I said my opinion about him, which doesn't vary to most of the football people's opinion about Andy. When he's fit and in form, he's very special kind of a player. He can give you, and he brings you something that's very few. He is different. He's different. It's hard to mark him. It's hard to cope with him. But for us, he done really good. Every time he was fit, I mean, you can feel his presence. I mean, he's one of them who can change. He doesn't have to score, of course, but his presence on the pitch gives us another quality and another dimension. He had a great game on Saturday. He's fit, okay, still we didn't train like a proper from Saturday, because yesterday was a little bit of training. We see today he didn't report any knocks or problems, so he should be okay for tomorrow.
Okay. Can you? I know you spoke about it after the game, but can you clarify the situation with Diafra Sakho? I mean, is he available tomorrow? Does he have a future here?
Well, the situation is very simple. I mean, he reported injury after the training on Friday, and then he was not in a squad. And then yesterday he made a scan, and scan reported a little bit of the problem. So he's out for hopefully 1 week, not more than a week. But for this week he's definitely out, and hopefully he's going to be back on Monday.
Do you think the finances in football are changing the landscape, if you like, in terms of clubs being able to hold on to players? I mean, for instance, you've got PSG showing interest in Dimitri Payet, but perhaps a few years ago, clubs like West Ham couldn't have hung on to a player like that under the pressure of a big club. But do you think perhaps now it is all evening out, and that you could hang on to your players, and can you make sort of plans for next season on that basis?
Yeah, I think okay, you can. I mean, now the money involved change the landscape of everything. I mean, it is starting to affect the table as well, like this year, and maybe or hopefully next year is going to be even more mess or more surprises because the players, the clubs that were until a couple of years ago, they had to sell their players to buy new players or to get the money. Now it changed a bit. Still the big clubs will buy the players from the smaller clubs and all that. But in our case, it's a little bit different. We are the club that is not the biggest, okay, but we are big enough, and there is a big future around us, and we are growing. We are moving to the next stadium. We are playing good. We have a good fan base, great fan base. We are very kind of a popular club, and I don't know, anything can happen in the summer. But I think that it's obvious that the players are enjoying the season. We have really good, with small problems, but great atmosphere in the dressing room, in the camp. It's like a family club. It still has those kind of values that are the most important, and that many times with the money involved you are losing. We didn't lose it. We still have it. So I see most of our players wanting to stay here.
Hi, Slaven. Just one more back to Andy Carroll. As a former international manager yourself, with I'm sure lots of people telling you who should be in your squad, can you understand the debate going on around Andy Carroll after that great game on Saturday?
But there are debates, it's your job. There are debates now in Croatia, which is much smaller country, and but with same expectations, because we have a good team also there, and we have the players who are playing in the best teams in the world, like Modric, Real, Rakitic, Barcelona, and them. Not only two of them. And there is a debate there. Who should go? If the player scores a goal, then he should be there. Now there's a situation with Lovren and all that. So it's everywhere. It's a job. So of course it's also here, and it gives the manager not the problems, but he has to take care of those things as well. But he's doing a good job, and they done well, and they done great in the group. They are the only one that made like 10 out of 10, and now, okay, then the people said it's not very hard group or whatever, but it was the group as any other group, as hard as any other. And then last friendly game against Germany, it made me, and I'm not English, and it made me a bit excited about your team, because they played very good. So he's doing a good job. When the managers of the clubs or the press people are giving their opinions on some players, I only want to praise my players who are doing really good. But of course, at the end of the day, it is Roy's job, and he's doing that so far really good, and that's it. But there's always going to be rumors about Andy, if he scores 3 goals, or about in October, November was the same against James Vardy. Should he or shouldn't he? Now he's in definitely, so it moves on.
And we got on Manchester United, all managers to a certain degree are under different levels of pressure. The pressure's been cranked up again on Louis van Gaal after that defeat against Spurs. Do you have any sympathy for him as a fellow manager as well?
Of course, I have a sympathy for every fellow manager. Okay, for Manchester United, it's just the stature of the club that they are not happy with losing game. They are not happy with being fifth in the table, because it's Manchester United. We are sixth of the table and we are happy. They are fifth of the table and they are like mad at that. But it's hard today to be a manager. I mean, it's a good job and you are enjoying it. In one hand, it's the greatest job in the world. In the other hand, it's with everything around. It's very hard. But what is definitely unbelievable hard is to be a manager of those like massive clubs that basically have to win every game.
And you spoke earlier about the games, the big games coming thick and fast. You're playing Leicester this weekend as well. Squad rotation, with the potential of West Ham having such a great end of the season. I'm guessing there aren't any players telling you they're feeling tired and want to be rotated.
No, I mean the players never want to be rotated because they want to play, and when they see their competition, it's like they want to keep playing, and they like it, and they want to keep their place in a team, either it's starting 11 or 14 or 18, whatever. But maybe, I don't know, November, especially in December and January, where it's tight schedule, there you have to think about rotation and everything. Now it's the end of the season, and you don't have to rotate that much. That's what I think. Okay, that's where the analyzing and the way you're training help you the most. Then you talk to the players and you notice are they tired and all that. But it's all individual. But they are fit and ready, and they are fully motivated, and they are ready in their heads, and they are fitness-wise they are very good. So there's no need to think about that a lot, about the rotation. It's more that, in the other hand, it's not about the rotation, it's about the options you have. We have many, thank God. I mean, we have almost the full squad to choose from, and I have options to choose from different players. Yeah, and they're all good, and they're all doing good, and there's a secret why we are doing well this season.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Morning, Slaven. Just quickly, any more injury news?
No.
Everybody's good?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good.
Okay, just one quick question for me. If I could offer you now...
Sorry?
If I could offer you now a Champions League spot or an FA Cup win...
I said that ages ago. I said that there's no... It's not a hard question, to be fair. It's FA Cup, always. To be fair, I don't know why you're asking me that question. I mean, it's obvious. It's like I can't imagine any manager saying opposite, that you would rather take to be fourth in the league or whatever. And then still you have qualifications in like August or July, or the FA Cup. FA Cup is a trophy, it's a historical one.
BBC?
Hi, Slaven.
Hi.
With everything that it means tomorrow, everything that the fixture means tomorrow, the atmosphere is going to be incredible. How important do you think the fans will be tomorrow night?
They're going to be important, of course they're going to be important. They were great. I don't know, it was in the beginning against Arsenal, in a game against Arsenal, and maybe after 10 minutes there was one moment that the fans go like, ask for a foul or whatever, I don't know, and then Wenger came to me and said, you have a brilliant fans, they're like pushing for it. I said, yeah, so they are important, of course, they're going to be, they were great on Saturday, and they are one of the reasons why we are unbeaten for such a long time here at home. And if you add to that like the importance of the game, it's quarter-final, replay, last FA Cup game at Boleyn Ground, it's gonna be the best.
And how much does that prospect of playing at Wembley enter your mind at this moment?
Oh, well, I mean, make no mistake, we know that if we beat Manchester United, we're gonna play at Wembley. Yeah, it's like it's very exciting, but we are more exciting because it's a quarter-final of the FA Cup. We are thinking about the cup. We are not thinking about the Wembley, but about the cup. So, as I said, it's a big game and it can't be bigger at this moment, and we are absolutely looking forward for it.